I didn't want to look uncultured at a fancy restaurant. What is this cheese? Look at the menu online for the place you went. The charcuterie board might have its spread named on the menu. Call the restaurant. Tell them what day you were there. Describe the cheese. And ask them where you can get it. It sounds like it might be a hard goat's cheese, my absolute favorite. But agree with commenter to never feel uncultured to ask, as there are so many different types of cheeses. Could be a Humboldt fog. Hint for next time: if you love a food, ask about it. Your friends, if they are true friends, will be thrilled that they have introduced you to something that you like so much. If they hang shit on you for not already knowing about it, then they are assholes. This isn't about looking uncultured or not. This is just about opportunities for exposure. Don't pretend to be something you are not. That can only result in you falling flat on your face. Be genuine. I go quite often to fancy restaurants. It's not that expensive here in Italy, and apart from the general category, even I can't point exactly at what kind of cheese I'm eating. There are literally thousands of varieties. Just ask. You won't look uncultured. Also, your dinner company will be glad to show you new things if they know you are experiencing new things. Personally, I love showing new places to eat to people and explaining what we are eating. Especially if I know this is a completely new experience for them. There are so many varieties of cheese that it is impossible for us to tell you. But I do have a suggestion. See if you can find the restaurant's menu online and try to narrow it down. Also, when you are experiencing something for the first time, most people will be delighted to tell you about it. They will celebrate your new experience. And it gives them a chance to show off their knowledge. It's nothing to be embarrassed about, especially when you are so young. Should a man be able to sign away his rights and responsibilities to a child by paying a fee if a woman can abort an unborn child regardless of his opinion? I understand the point of view that we both decided to have sex and it is unfair that the decision that if I'm going to be a parent or not is only on you and I have no say in it. But the most affected part, if the father could sign away their rights and obligations as a father as some sort of equivalence of women choosing abortion, would be the children. For that reason, I would have to say no to your question. In theory, I agree that a man should be able to sign away his rights to a child fairly easily because a deadbeat / resentful / non-involved parent is in some ways worse than just a single parent who's financially struggling. In practice, it should definitely be a more involved process than just sign a paper and pay a fee, just like abortion is more than just popping a pill. Carrying a child to term and not wanting to be a parent to a child is not an equivalent scenario and shouldn't be treated as such for the sake of fairness. Just because someone carries a child to term doesn't mean they want the rights or responsibilities to that kid either. It just means they don't want to abort it for whatever reason. Personally, I think there should be options of custody, child support, adoption, or parental rights termination. Custody / this is basic looking after their kid a specific % of time. Typically 50-50. Child support / can't support child by being there physically, but still wanting to provide by paying money. Adoption / signing a child up for adoption or having a step-parent legally adopt them. Terminating parental rights / male equivalent of getting an abortion. Once done, it can't be undone, but gives the biological father the choice of an out when he has no actual choice during the pregnancy for an abortion like the woman. What would you do if your partner had a friend who made rape jokes and said rapey things? While I don't think it's fair to give your partner an ultimatum regarding his own friendships, I think you have every right to make it clear that this person makes you uncomfortable and why. I generally think free thinking and speech is a good thing, and there was a time when rape jokes were very common. See Family Guy Season 4. And I think that those jokes reflected culture and eventually brought cultural awareness, thus they're now not socially acceptable. I talked to my so and said I was uncomfortable with the way that friend talked. It was jokes meant to shock but included topics like rape and dead babies, etc. My husband talked to him and laid down a firm boundary of what was and wasn't acceptable. Not just around me. But also he didn't care for it either, but had always sort of begrudgingly tolerated it. It had even cost the friend a job and other relationships in the past. The friend put in the effort to stop and got into therapy. It helped him realize that he was using shitty humor as a defense mechanism to push people away. He chilled. We became good friends. I don't really think my partner would be friends with someone like that, because we both openly despise people who take such a cavalier view toward suffering. But in any case, I would definitely make my concerns clear and would, at the very least, not want to spend any time around that friend. I am constantly addressing the issues I have with his best friend. It gets me nowhere because I get this excuse. Yeah, he says, thinks wrong fucked up shit but is yet to fuck me BF over. So my man chooses to remain a crutch to be used. I hate it so much. Hess not allowed around me. At my house. Or around my kid. I shouldn't be in fear of being vandalized or robbed. Hess a pos, I will die on that hill. Not sorry. Do women use makeup on other parts of their body besides the face? The average woman isn't. But for instances like a Hollywood red carpet, it's certainly possible. Yes. They do. Absolutely yes. Most stars on red carpets have been airbrushed from top to toe. Lipstick and mascara around the boobs and navel is super common practice. Celebs / people on TV do more often than not. Earl maybe just a little on the chest. Makeup is made and used for all body parts. You should read about porn makeup artists. Cover up on men's asses. Blush on BDSM butts. Lip gloss for Other lips. Yeah. And contrary to the other commenters, average women absolutely do as well. There are body glow oils and the Sally Hansen leg spray that have been selling for years. Most women want do it every day, but in summer or for special events they do.